Common sense isn't so common. That is a phrase that I've heard many times throughout my life, whether it was from a family member, a friend, or an acquaintance. But honestly, I can never remember if there was ever such a thing as common sense, right? Everyone seems to have their own, sense of what common place things should be or what should be considered a common practice, right? But in, days past, common sense was something that the, majority or collective did and was considered right, moral, normal, whatever. But unfortunately, I truly do believe that common sense just doesn't exist anymore. And the main reason is because, well, it's going to seem kind of cliche, but social media. And I'm not just saying this because I want to sound like an old head. I don't want people to think that, you know, maybe I'm just reiterating what I've heard throughout my life from adults in my vicinity, I guess. I genuinely truly believe that social media is a blight. That social media has caused everyone to be stuck in this little bubble, this unrealistic sense of what life should be like, right? And they've begun to hate being around others simply because not everyone adheres to what they like, the things that they think are, what's right and what's wrong. And another major reason that I believe that common sense doesn't exist anymore is because of the global pandemic. Many people began to spend so much time inside that they forgot what it was even like to interact with real people. I mean, before that, up until about 6 years ago, it was like commonplace. Everyone, even if they were an introvert, like their entire lives, felt compelled to interact with people, or they were forced to because they were in situations that they needed to do so, whether that was school, work, the social gatherings, whatever, right? But now I think that it's a major problem that people haven't been around others, and working online, like exclusively online, and beginning to not only despise your job and the people that you work with online, but also to despise just being around people in general. I think that that is one of the major reasons why we've all become so engrossed in our own ideology and in our own sense of what should be common, or quote unquote common sense, right? But going back to the idea of what it was like in the old days, I guess common sense also applied to rules and regulations, institutions, things that maybe not everyone agreed with it, but it was the right thing to do. It was the moral right, and society kind of needed that, like laws of don't kill people, basic human things that we should and shouldn't do, things like murder and don't run red lights and so you don't cause accidents and things like that, and it's it seems that people have their own idea of what should and shouldn't be done simply because that's what they want, simply because it's just easier for them. It's the lazy option. But here's the thing, we kind of have to look outward, put ourselves in others people's shoes and think about the fact that some people simply weren't lucky enough to have proper education. Some people didn't have good parents as role models. And honestly, I know a lot of people personally who went through some crazy shit and they still ended up being a very sensible and good person. But unfortunately, that's not everyone. Okay? A lot of people simply don't have the luxuries that you, me, or others have. Okay? And we simply cannot control what others do, whether we think that it's normal or completely freaking ridiculous. It doesn't matter. We will never be able to control what others do. But what we can control is how we react to things. Anyway, that's about it. Before I end the video, I just want to let you guys know that this is going to be the style that I want to pursue for the remainder of the time that I make this or run this channel. And recently, I guess in recent years, I've been feeling something is sort of missing, and YouTube's kind of gone downhill. And I'm sure you guys have heard this from a lot of people on YouTube and otherwise. But yeah, I want to change things up. I want to do something a little bit different, and this is the kind of style that I really like. And I've seen this style done by a couple of other people. So I genuinely do enjoy this, and I hope that you will too. And if you decide to stick around, I will see you all soon. So take care of yourselves, and good night.